Bill Cohen here, Cohen on Content at the Digital Signage Expo in beautiful Las Vegas with Chris Gibbs, president of, what is it, Expo Nation. I don't know, it's me, I'm old. I'm going to tell you my observation here. I can't tell you if there's more people or less people. I can't tell you if there's more booths or less booths. But I can tell you that there's more activity on this showroom floor than we've seen in 10 years. I can tell you there's more conversations going on in the booths. I can tell you there is more business being done than I've seen since, and I've said it earlier today, since the Comdex, the old Comdex and VSDA shows.
Right.
Were you expecting this?
Yeah, I mean, I think what you're seeing, Phil, is you're seeing a more educated attendee. You know, I think when you're looking at 5, 6, 7 years ago, you're seeing attendees that were curious about this information, about this technology, but they're also very intimidated by it. So a lot of them would walk by a booth and they see some flashy screens. What you're seeing now is you're seeing people that have researched it. We're seeing people that have been in this business a little while longer. They've done the research, they're educated, they may be certified, and so now you're starting to see, I believe, more business taking place and more interesting questions taking place.
So now they know more, so they can ask better questions,
right,
and they're not intimidated.
Right.
I was saying things because of all my rants about go in the booth and send enough people to get your answers, but I guess that wasn't it. It was just natural evolution. Hey, a lot of stuff going on tonight. Is the networking reception
and awards,
and then is the awards dinner. Now, you've done the networking reception year in, year out. You've done the awards dinner year in, year out. The awards dinner has always been very entertaining. I made a comment that I actually watched deals being made at that cocktail half hour before we go in to sit down at the awards dinner. I have my own observation as to why or how, but what do you think? Why and how do you think deals are being made over a glass of champagne before they go in and sit down and see the awards?
It's a great question. I mean, networking, has always historically been a fantastic way in the trade show and meeting business to facilitate exactly what you said, the exchange of commerce, exchange of business, right? So what we do is we host our own party. There's other parties, and there's several companies here that throw parties, and a lot of the business will be taken out of these parties that maybe not be on the floor. But what we're seeing is people that will go by a booth and they'll meet someone, okay, and they'll talk to them for a few minutes, get intrigued by their information, but people have a lot of different companies here to see in a short period of time, right? So what they'll do is then they'll come back to the networking reception or the awards dinner, see that person again, and be like, oh, yeah, it was great talking to you, and then the intros are done. Some
germination was done, it's a little calmer, a little
now
quieter.
Let's get down to a little more business now that we've gotten that out of the way. So I think what you see is that.
We've talked about, do you foresee extending by another day sometime in the near future?
It depends on our size. I think the threshold may be 100,000 net square feet of the exhibit space. We're at 70 now. So really, when you start to think about expanding another day, it's, can an attendee realistically get around to see most booths?
I don't think they can right now. Not with all of the conversation going on in the booth. Now somebody is in that Peerless booth for 20 minutes, 25 minutes, whereas a year ago, they kind of wandered and looked around and kept on going. So I think we're going to be pushing it to extend. We need more time.
And there's a lot of things to consider that in our business. One of them is an extra day of move in and move out. And so there's more burden on the exhibitor to pay for those costs.
Well, come on, you guys are doing all right. You could have a little more burden on you. Chris, enjoyed it, pal. Always do.
Thank you.
All right, I'll be back to you in a few minutes. You'll see me soon.